Well, hello Taurus, this is Joe. I'm going to do a general reading check-in for the remainder of July. This is pretty much for the 19th or 20th through the 31st. This is a general intuitive reading, and so with that, it won't be for everybody. It just possibly can't be. So if it's not for you, that's okay. There's always another message on another day that might be for you. So I'm going to do just a general tarot spread, and we're going to see what comes out. We might get a bit of a story. We might get some fragmented bits of energy. Who knows? It could be about any topic, anything. It's really up to the cards and spirit to inspire the message that needs to come forward. So we're going to go ahead and draw and get into it. So we have Queen of Swords. And I'll make sure and get all the cards in here for you as I go along. I might have to move them around. Judgment in the recent past. Somebody has woken up, had a change of mind, change of heart. Nine of Swords. Five of Wands. Interesting. Interesting reading already. Five of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. All right, Taurus. Oh, Eight of Cups. I always read and place the cards in the upright, almost always. If I feel it needs to be read in reverse, I'll read it in reverse. And finally, for your challenge, Knight of Swords. So you have the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So putting a plan into action, or your challenge is putting your plan or your thoughts to work for you into action, and you have strength is the overall bubble around this for you for the remainder of July. So we're going to see. I'm going to pull a couple other cards though here for you. We're going to see what else comes out, and then we're going to get straight into it. Taurus, what is the message for you? I don't know. It definitely, somebody's had a change of mind on something, a change of opinion. Orphaned. Okay. Feeling alone. Alone with your thoughts. Definitely alone with your thoughts. Alone with what you want, what you believe. Whatever that is. Taurus, let's see. We need one of these. Root chakra. Ground and center. Nice. Okay. So we got some pretty good messages here for you coming out for the remainder of July. And I feel like this really carries well into August, just the way that I see the final card here with the Two of Wands coming out. And so let's get into it. So you have Orphaned here is just a bonus message, and Root chakra about grounding yourself and trying to ground yourself. And I think that right straight away, definitely I had said if you felt alone or alone with your thoughts, or this is a feeling of having an opinion, an idea, a belief, and that leaves you feeling kind of left out there, left out alone by yourself. And you may very well be kind of by yourself in the physical. You might be kind of dwelling in your home by yourself. So there could be a lot going on here that's making you feel this way. I see Judgment coming up in your recent past. And, you know, the cards, their base meanings can have so many different meanings, and they can be applied so many different ways. But I go with what intuitively I feel needs to be said. It doesn't always line up with the traditional meaning of the card, but that's okay. It's just the way I do my readings. Everybody has their own method. So Judgment, to me, I see this as like an awakening. This is, to me, is like a complete change in your psyche, your mind. This is something that about this that is very reminiscent of just reminiscent of like a spiritual awakening, or maybe even coming out of a dark night of a soul, or some deep soul searching. Something has caused you to shift your belief and feeling about something or someone or a situation. And now you have, just for the overall center of this reading, you have the Queen of Swords. And to me, this represents this new thought, and this could be a new plan of action, but this is about something that has yet to materialize. So whatever you're thinking and pondering at this time in July going into August. It's at the center of your mind. It's the focal point of your thought process right now. And so I see this as a very big turning point in your life. This is a complete change. Somebody might have actually changed your mind on something too, and you might just have a change of opinion on something. And so either way, that's just kind of how I see this playing out. But you have your challenge here is the Knight of Swords. That's putting that thought process into action. I see that you're having some difficulty stepping out and moving forward. This the Knight of Swords is when this does happen. It's a fast rushing energy, and it's something that is just almost. This could be trying to build up the courage to take what you have going on in your mind. Trying to build up the courage to make that first move, because I think when you do, you're going to be going very quickly with something, and it is definitely something that is a complete change of pace in your life. It's probably going to, whatever this is, probably going to change a lot of things for you. You have the Nine of Swords here, and the Nine of Swords. This is like the very root of things. Whatever has been bothering you in the past that's caused you to change your thinking and change how you are looking and viewing at something, changing how you're actually even dealing with something. That has kind of, the Nine of Swords, this has really bothered you. It's really disturbed your peace of mind and has really left you with, for a long time without having a good amount of peace of mind. And so this is like the whole root of the situation. This is like the catalyst here, the Nine of Swords. And so this Queen of Swords comes out, and just the judgment, the awakening happens, and in that awakening comes the decision to change your point of view, how you're dealing with something, thinking about something, or contemplating a situation. So the Knight of Swords is your challenge to move forward. But up here in the I'm looking at this a little bit differently. The Five of Wands is here, and the Five of Wands is a lot of times about that conflict. And so you might be worried that the outcome of your new pace or change in direction is going to be conflict. And your goal is to avoid that conflict. I feel that you have a lot of stress and anxiety because the change of pace that you're going toward in your life, what it is that you are putting into action or planning to put into action, you're worried that this is going to upset the tribe, the people close to you. It could even be your employer. You might be deciding that you're moving on from your employment. I do feel like some of this has to do possibly with employment. There might be something that you feel is just really not for you anymore in your line of work, or something is just unethical, or this could even be a personal relationship that has bothered you for some time, and whatever has gone on, you're worried that moving forward and away from this is probably going to cause you some conflict, and it very well might. But in your coming up for you, this is really going into August. The Star is an amazing card because along with your formulated plan, you have a wish, you have a hope, and you maybe even have a prayer about getting out of this past situation. And to me, the Star is about the beginning of that manifesting in your life. It's about the beginning of that beginning to take hold and take shape. And so I think that's very, very good for you, because that Star is that point of light that's at a distance, and at some point that star manifests and becomes the sun. And so I kind of look at the Star as being the beginning of the sun manifesting at some point down the road. So if the Sun card had come out, that would be the manifestation of the Star. It's the fulfillment of that, and that's kind of how I look at this. So anyway, you have the Five of Pentacles here, and you're I did say you've been feeling alone, and I don't think this is necessarily about money or finances or material things. I think you feel very alone in your thoughts. You're feeling very alone about what you're about to do. And I think you might know that any moves forward that you are planning to take might put you in a place of just feeling isolated. And this it comes out in the Eight of Swords here too, and this is the influence around you. You might be feeling that isolation already, and just kind of be feeling cut off because your point of view is the way you express it isn't well received with some people. And when people don't like things, they can't just accept things sometimes, accept maybe what somebody wants or what somebody's desiring. And so, there's this feeling of being isolated, and you have this worry of being isolated, and this is kind of how it's playing out. But you have the Eight of Cups here. And this is what is really great about this, because I see just like standing in your truth and holding your own and just walking away from just a past, I almost feel like a past life, and not in the sense of a previous incarnation, but like a past life. Like this is your past. It used to be a way of living for you, a way of life, and I think you're completely giving something up, because that Judgment card to me says whatever has been triggered in your life is quite significant, and it's really shifted everything for you. And so the Eight of Cups is really all about you walking away from all of that which doesn't serve you any longer. And I see this as being the positive first step. It's something that you are actually going to do. And then you have the Two of Wands in the outcome, and this is really coming to a point of clarity. And I think this kind of connects with the Star, because this is in the outcome, this is in your near future, and I see that he's holding that ball, that globe, and he's looking at it, and this is really looking off, knowing that what you want and what you're going after, the changes you want, whatever it is that you're going after is going to materialize. It's like looking at it from a distance, patiently waiting, and this is about a new path. This is about going through a new door for you, and the Star is very much at play in this reading with that. And so I see this overall as a very, very good reading for you, Taurus. And again, the Orphan card, it just really just speaks to me about you're kind of feeling alone. So we're going to pull one of these animal voices. I don't really ever pull these out too often, but they're pretty neat. These are endangered species, and they kind of connect with a message. We'll see if we get something that speaks to your reading here. Maybe it's a little added something for you. And you have water. Look at that. Feeling and expression flow. So this one is actually one of the elements, but there are endangered animals in this deck, and it's a pretty cool, kind of a pretty cool deck. I like it. So you have water here, the feeling and expression, and feelings and emotions can be very flowing, and sometimes they can be very quick and rushing and overwhelming. But I think this is saying that you really need to feel what you're thinking. You might be so focused on your thoughts and what you've decided that you aren't really feeling any of it. And so I think this is saying you really need to feel what you're thinking, and grounding yourself, grounding your root, and letting that take hold. It's going to help carry you forward, Taurus. And so I think that whatever the situation is about, and I don't really get anything specific out of this other than you have to apply it how it works for you. Don't forget though, strength is the big bubble around this, and I don't need to really get into the strength card too much, but this is really walking in stride to me. The way I see it in this reading is walking in stride with your spiritual practice. That's what's really giving you that strength. It's that unseen strength that people can't see, but they know you possess, and that's what's carrying you forward. So Taurus, I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to say, just hang in there, because your plans and your hopes are beginning to kind of take shape, and it may be slow, but slow and steady wins the race. And I think that's the overall message here, is to stay on your path and keep going. And with that, I'm going to say have a great rest of your day.